PM Lee also spent a good portion of his speech on the hot button issue of foreign talent.
Right. He said Singapore must not give the wrong impression that the country is closing up and no longer welcoming foreigners.
The government will always be on the side of Singaporeans. What is the point of creating jobs for foreigners if it doesn't benefit Singaporeans? Why would we want to do that? Ultimately, our aim is to grow the economy, create good jobs for Singaporeans, and raise our standards of living. Foreign workers and work pass holders help us to achieve this. By being open to talent from all over the world, we create more opportunities for ourselves.
Well, local and foreign employment have become a hot button issues since the Manpower Ministry announced the raising of the qualifying minimum salaries for EP and S-Pass holders. And this may lead to fewer foreigners working in Singapore. So Zakia, how will this affect our status as a metropolitan city, a hub that is interconnected with the rest of the world?
I think there is quite valid concern that some of these measures could be seen by others as Singapore sending a signal that it's no longer as welcoming as it was. And I think in his speech, PM did make the point that there's a need to make sure that this signal doesn't get sent, because quite a lot is at stake. For instance, a lot of foreign investors are still interested in putting their operations and expanding their presence in Singapore. And although some of this will entail bringing in, perhaps foreigners in key positions to run them, at the same time, they also create a significant number of jobs for Singaporeans. And in this current climate, I think this is not something to be scoffed at.
Right. And are we running the risk of becoming insular if we limit the number of foreigners working here?
I think so, which is why I think in recent days as well, you saw Manpower Minister Josephine Teo saying it was unwise to have a quota on the absolute numbers of, say, EP holders. Singapore's always thrived on being open and connected to the world. And I think one point that was also raised yesterday and today is that, this openness has actually enabled Singaporeans, to hold key leadership positions in some of these global banks and MNCs around the world. And I think PM did highlight a couple of them who were able to benefit, by Singapore's openness, and they now hold key positions abroad.